The hepatic lobules. In the last video, I said that the liver was divided into 8 segments. Each one of these segments is the functional unit of the liver, and the segments were further subdivided into liver lobules. For example, if we take segment 3 and look inside it, we will see that segment 3 have what we call many lobules, many hepatic lobules inside it. And the hepatic lobule is the functional unit of the liver segment. Is the functional unit of the liver segment. So, what is the hepatic lobule? Here is the hepatic lobule. This hepatic lobule consists of many hepatocytes or liver cells, as we can see here. And these hepatocytes are separated by what we call hepatic sinusoid. Hepatic sinusoid. The blue lines here is the hepatic sinusoids, and the pink cells here is the hepatocytes. So the hepatic lobule is the functional unit of the hepatic segments, and it constitutes many hepatocytes separated by hepatic sinusoids. So, what is hepatic sinusoid? Here is the portal vein. It comes from the intestine, carrying many nutrients to the liver. As these nutrients carried in the portal vein walks or passes through the portal vein, there is an exchange between these nutrients or the blood in the portal vein and the hepatocyte. Okay? The result of this exchange should finally go to some vein, so that the vein carry it to the heart to be reoxygenated and to be a blood or oxygenated blood again. The same thing is about the hepatic artery. The hepatic artery comes to the liver carrying oxygenated blood, and as it passes here, it will exchange this oxygen with the hepatocytes, and it will take CO2. It will take CO2. Okay? This deoxygenated blood should eventually go to be venous blood, so that it will go back to the right atrium and to be oxygenated again. Okay? So each of these hepatic arterioles, let's say, will drain its deoxygenated blood after the exchange happened to something we call the sinusoid, and the same talk to the portal vein. It will drain the result of exchange into the sinusoid, and the sinusoid will eventually drain into the central vein. Drain into the central vein. Okay, and the central or hepatic central vein will drain into the inferior vena cava. Inferior vena cava. So I think now you know what is liver sinusoid. Here is the portal vein and the hepatic artery, and here is the sinusoid. I will show you. Okay, this is the hepatic artery, and this is the portal vein. They go into the hepatocytes, exchange blood, nutrient, oxygen with these cells, and eventually they will go to the sinusoids, which separates the hepatocytes in the lobule. They will go to the sinusoids, and the sinusoid will drain that blood into the central vein, and eventually in the heart. In the heart. The bile duct, in the opposite way, the bile will be formed in the hepatocyte, and after that it will be drained into the bile duct, okay, right and left bile duct, and it will go in opposite way that the blood in the portal vein and the hepatic artery goes, okay? So it will go in the opposite way, so that eventually it will end in the hepatic bile duct or hepatic duct, right and left, common cystic duct, and the common bile duct eventually. So now I think we have a good idea about what liver lobule is. Okay, let's just give you another good graph. Here it is. A is the hepatic artery, and it carries oxygenated blood, okay, in that way. B is hepatic portal vein, and it carries a blood from intestine. This blood from intestine have nutrient in it, so B will go and exchange that blood with the hepatocyte. After the exchange between A and B and the hepatocytes, the sinusoid will form, and the sinusoid, I will name it E here, will eventually drain into C. C, as we said, is the central vein, takes away the processed blood. Okay, D is the bile duct. D is the bile duct. The bile is formed in the hepatocytes and then drained in the bile duct, and the bile duct takes the bile away to the gallbladder in the opposite way that the blood passes into the liver, okay, in the opposite way. See you in the next video, inshallah.